Hello viewers, my name is Elliot Romen and I'd like to welcome you all to the first showing of the Spin Green Show, where we're going to bring you fun and interesting facts about sustainability and better ways to live in this world in a greener, better way. Today's panel is three women. We have a CEO, a PhD, and an educator. And we're going to have our topic today should be regarding the recycling, sustainability, and the education system, and how the two are going together in New York City. Our first guest is Dr. Carol Reese. She's a KG veteran, been in the education system for 36 years. Welcome, Dr. Reese.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And then we have Miss Marcia Young. She's an educator for the last 6 to 8 years. And she's just got accepted, or she's got appointed as the new sustainability coordinator at IS 59.
Thanks,
Welcome,
Elliot.
Ms. Young.
Thanks.
I got to remember to keep calling you Marcia.
Yes.
And then I have, last but not least, we have a CEO of a great cutting-edge company called Spin Green, which is a textile recycling company.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? So one of the first topics we wanted to talk about is obviously sustainability in the school systems. And Dr. Carol Reese is actually a leader, and she's trying to be one of the first people who's going to try and open up a charter school, an all-green charter school for kids, I believe, ages 1 through 5?
K through 5.
K through 5. Can you tell us a little about that, please?
Yes, I got the idea from living on Staten Island for a long time and seeing some of the destruction to the health and the environment stemming from the landfill and some of the toxic dumping sites. And I realized that there was a very high percentage of people getting lung cancer, breast cancer, and a high rate of autism in children.
Oh my God.
So I decided to really look into the causes and some of the reasons why people were dumping and not understanding that when the population lives that close to a site, you can't just dump anything in the environment that could be harmful. And I really wanted to create a school that did research on this subject, that actually prepares children to learn about it and to create a better environment on Staten Island and globally.
Of course, yeah.
Where there is no toxic dumping and we have less air pollution and more water purity, and we're really very conscious of what we do with garbage and not have giant landfills and recycle.
Of course.
And that's how I got the idea for the school.
Do people still dump in Staten Island?
Well, they did close the world's largest landfill, believe it or not, was on Staten Island. It's been closed for a while now, but I think some of the effects are still remaining at times.
Wow, I can't believe it. You know, I mean, you hear a lot about it on TV, but you know, to hear it from somebody from Staten Island. A lot of people, I think, including myself, might not know the difference between a charter school and a regular school. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit about that?
Well, a charter school is a public school.
Right.
So the funding comes from the state as well as it does for a regular district school. But the difference is that it runs autonomously. So we're not under the superintendent or under the district chancellor. We have our own board of directors and our parents and our community members. And they really oversee and govern the school.
Wow.
So we have a little more leeway to do things. We still have to follow the Common Core standards and all of the New York State standards, so that is the same as any public school.
Wow.
And we have our own teacher evaluation system, so those things are the same, but we have more leeway in doing what we want to do academically with the students to enhance the regular Common Core program. So,
you know, you'd think you're trying to do such a wonderful thing for the community, and I did hear that, you know, you're finding some resistance, you know, in Staten Island. I was just wondering, you know, why?
I think it stems from fears that more charter schools will open and more district schools will close and people might lose jobs. So I don't think it's because people are against charter schools per se,
Right.
but I just think that they feel it's competition in a way that could be negative if the charter schools do better or fare better than the district schools.
Right.
Then people may say, why are we funding district schools when charter schools do better?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's where it's coming from, you know.
You know, I mean, now is actually a great time to do that. You know, I believe they just rolled out a sustainability program in the Department of Education. And Ms. Marcia Young is maybe going to tell us a little about that. Why do you think they're starting to do it now as opposed to before?
Well, They didn't just start 2013. I think the objective is that all schools will be under the sustainability plan and function as going towards being green schools, you know, like your ideas. By I think they're looking for 2015, 2016. So my school is one of the schools that's very slow to come on board because there were no consequences.
Wow.
So we have, I think, about 85% of schools right now in Brooklyn, Queens, and the other boroughs, Staten Island being the leader of the boroughs with schools who are environmentally friendly. The curriculum have things in it built in for environmental consciousness from the kids. The teachers might not have a curriculum per se to teach from, but they have resources, all the other resources that they need to get something started.
Right.
We're slow to come on board, but this year we are.
Well, do you feel, you know, going from a teacher to becoming a coordinator of sustainability, you feel it's a daunting task?
Absolutely not, because I'm rolling this out in my school through the most fun ways possible. Getting the kids to buy in, it's pretty easy because there's so many competitions. I mean, for real money, where the kids get money for themselves, trips, just the whole thing. And almost everybody in my school are Giant fans. So, you know, with the Giants and all the people on the team who are all about sustainability, we'll get to invite them, have the kids go to games. We're going to make this, it's not just about saving the planet, because that's what grown-ups are supposed to do, but helping the kids understand that this is for their future. So it's not a daunting task at all.
I'm glad you have
Not
that
by any
attitude.
stretch.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, talking about kids getting something, I know that Spin Green did a little program with your school about sustainability, and I think somebody won a Kindle Fire.
Yes, they did.
They did, right?
Composting, yes. Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, Ms. Romen, how you guys being a recycling company, how did you get involved in education as well?
Well, we are the forgotten recyclable because all the kids know that they can recycle paper and cans because it's a popular thing to do, but nobody, kids or adults, know that you can recycle textiles, which is clothes and shoes and pillow sheets and cases and a lot of things that people don't even have any ideas about recycling. So our company feels that we need to reach out to kids in different schools in different boroughs and educate them, because everything starts with the kids. And just like Ms. Young just mentioned, the kids love the idea.
Sure.
It's important to start when they're young, so you have an opportunity to teach them, and they could go home and teach their parents, and essentially this is how change happens.
Well, you know what it is, we've never seen, or at least I've never seen a recycling company, you know, take the approach of education. You know, how did you come up with that idea?
That's a great question. Sorry. Sorry.
Was it per se your husband?
Or your own idea? It was your own idea.
Sorry about that.
I was wondering, listen, you being a textile company, you know, how did you decide to get your point across? You know, by, you know, again, textiles, recycling, it doesn't necessarily equate teaching kids.
Well, I think that it's very important to educate people, and the more people that I speak to and people in our company speak to, we realize that everything starts with the kids. And when we speak to adults and we speak to them about the benefits of recycling, most of them don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And when we actually went to a couple of schools and did presentation for the kids, they were really responsive to it, which made me think that there's a great opportunity to help further the initiative of sustainability, and great opportunity to start teaching them when they're young.
Miss Young, you know, just taking that note, you know, we were there, did a great job, but still the principal didn't want to take a recycling bin. Are we ever going to see a recycling bin in IS 59?
Before I get on that, let me just reiterate something that you just said. It was because Spin Green came into my school, and the awareness and the education piece, that's how this time around, I'm the sustainability coordinator at the school, we have so many kids jumping all over each other, wanting to be, because remember, there has to be a student component, On every sustainability team, there's one lead student. That student has to hire, I think she's going to get about 10 or 12 kids.
Wow.
Now, from a school with hundreds of kids, she can't get enough applications. She can't go through them because the kids remember Spin Green. That was their introduction to composting. Textile, recycling using textile.
Yes.
Like they'd never heard of anything like this. So based on your education piece, now we have a full student body wanting to jump into this,
That's
and
awesome.
make a major difference. And they did educate their parents. That's how come she won this Kindle. The
girl,
one girl
yeah.
won the Kindle, and she's the coordinator for the student body.
That's excellent. I'm very happy to hear that this is the exact reason
Well,
why we do this.
Out of the 400, and I remember the last time we did our numbers, out of 422 kids that we taught, your school and the Police Athletic League Center in Harlem had the best test scores. I believe everybody had an average. Again, the questions, they're pretty, not that hard, but they were something that an average fifth grader wouldn't be doing.
Right.
And you guys all averaged 7 out of 10. And I believe some of the girls, always the girls,
Yeah.
but they were doing 9 out of 10. I was very, very surprised.
You have to do things to target the boys.
I know, but everybody the boys all wanted to play basketball. It was still afterwards, no one wanted to be an environmentalist. I wanted to ask you, how is it going, raising the funds for your school? I know that you and I spoke about that.
It's
How
a
can the
little
viewers
tricky.
get involved?
It's tricky because you have to do a lot of fundraising and you have to make connections with responsible citizens who really want to donate to the school. So we just recently got our 501c3. So I think having the 501c3 is going to make the world a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Because people are more reluctant to donate to a new school until they know that you have a 501c3 and they can have a tax deduction.
Of course.
So having that now, I think, will make the difference.
Absolutely. How many charter schools are there in Staten Island now?
We have 3.
3. But none
3
of
for
them.
the whole borough.
But none of them
They're
are
not
green.
centered around green. See, the difference between a green school, such as our charter school, is that we use the environment as a context for learning. So it's not just about doing a recycling program or doing something for sustainability. It's every subject that you teach has the environment in its context.
Wow.
So if the kids are learning math, they're going to apply math problems to a program in building a bridge or building a building that has a very good energy conservation plan.
Wow.
So every single subject has this context of the environment.
Do you feel that K through 5, is it something that they will be able to latch onto?
Yes, because it's aligned with the developmental level of the student's age. So that everything we're doing is age appropriate.
Oh my God, that's good to hear. I mean, again, when we went to to the hearing, even though there wasn't a lot of people, I was still surprised to hear that people wouldn't want this. Especially since everybody knows that this is the green era. Hopefully, is there like a if any one of the viewers want to contact you, is there an address there or
Yes.
something that they could?
Yes, they
Send in or
can
something?
contact me at the Staten Island Green Charter School for Environmental Discovery at P.O. Box 120076, Staten Island, New York 10312. And we have a website, by the way. It's www.sigcs, that's sigcs.com. And on the website is our phone number and all of our contact information.
That's awesome. Well, Polina, you have a huge social following. I think about close to 50,000 followers.
Yes.
Wow.
Maybe it's something that you guys could post or maybe do something, I guess having 50,000 followers, you guys might be doing something right. I mean, What do you
I
think?
would like to think, I would like to think so, and we would absolutely love to post all your information and share it with everybody that follows us. I think that a lot of people wouldn't even think that something like this would be an option, because I think that a lot of parents, including myself, being a new parent, just think about I could put my kid to private school or to public school. I don't think a lot of parents feel that they have choices, especially sending their child to an environmental school. So I think this would be a great opportunity to expose something like this to people that follow us in all the 5 boroughs.
And the good thing about it is it's a hands-on discovery school using the 5 E's of learning, so that the kids get a chance to move around a lot and work with each other in small groups, which is very good for diverse learners.
What is the 5 E's of learning?
Well, we're talking about engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate.
Oh.
So everything the students do center around understanding it, being able to speak about it, and then being able to understand if it really works or not, and make their own decisions about it too. So there's
Wow.
research in everything they learn.
That's amazing. Let me ask you this, Ms. Young. Do you think you have the funding, even though you're not a charter school, to be able to do all the green things that you want to accomplish?
Most definitely. Because the DOE, we have, I'm thinking just off the top of my head, at least at the 21st of October, we had a huge training for all sustainability coordinators, basic. And then the advanced training is November 7th. And there were at least no less than 30 companies, partnerships. So they're partnered with the largest corporations that you could think of, everything sustainable. And I mean, including Cirque du Soleil. I think
Of course.
every company is thinking sustainability now. So, and I think it's probably mandatory anyway. So they have partnerships. So we don't, unlike you, I won't have to try to find money from anywhere. It's built in. And the custodial engineer will have to provide everything that I need to get going, as it relates to outfitting cafeteria, outfitting classrooms, outfitting entranceways, gyms, wherever you go. So that piece I don't have, thank goodness. But yes.
What about the information? Because remember the last time when we were at your school, actually about a month ago, right? When you called me in September or something, it still seemed like the information was lacking, where, is it starting to come around?
Not just trickle. The Board of Ed has an entire site just for sustainability. So you just have to go to the DOE regular website, and in the little search box put in sustainability, and there's videos, what every school is doing, like we will do once Spin Green start being in my school again.
Yeah, of course.
We will make videos and you upload them. It's a way of selling your school also, to say that here's what we're practicing, this is what we're doing, under sustainability. So I mean, there's a wealth of information. Any question you have can be answered on the DOE's website. Any partnership that you want, for example, I'm choosing to partner with Spin Green. I have the option to partner with a million other people, and I have Department of Sanitation, DSNY.
Yeah.
They'll come in and do the assessment for me to see what exactly I need, and then tailor my needs. But my composting piece is with Spin Green. My classroom education piece for 6th grade is with Spin Green. And I'll use Million Trees, NYC,
Right.
and we do our tree planting with JetBlue and Million Trees. So thank God there's no budgetary issues or anything
absolutely.
like that. So I'm free to go.
Just to add a little bit to what Ms. Young is saying, I am going to meet with a Board of Education of Sustainability Department and talk to them about the fact that, like you mentioned, there's a lot of corporate partners and they bring a lot to the table, but I don't think there's a company that particularly talks about textiles or the benefits of recycling textiles, and that's what I'm going to approach them about, because I think that it's very important for all schools to have an option of, I would love them to use me, but to use other companies should they choose to, just to have an option to teach the kids that and to be able to recycle textiles, because I don't think
uniforms.
because right now I don't think that there's options. I think there's a lot of companies that can plant trees or talk about how to lower your, emissions in the air
Energy
and
bills.
compost and
Energy
retrofit, right, and retrofit your light bulbs for energy savings. But there aren't many people even talking about textiles, because I think that there's a huge lack of education in that part, and that's my goal and deep desire, is to work with the Board of Education to bring that to the masses.
Well, also again, I think your company is different because you also offer education as well, on-site, free education, along with the education the Department of Education is providing, which I believe is very unique. Let me ask you a question: how did you guys come up with the curriculum?
We researched it a lot, and we wanted to do something that we felt wouldn't just focus on textiles, but would teach the kids a little bit about the environment, about recycling, about what's even possible to recycle, and then touch up on all the points and basically teach them that a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think you've done very well in that arena.
Thank you.
Do you think, Ms. Reese, the school that you're currently with, because I know it's going to be a while before, I know I'm very confident actually that you're going to start the school, because I believe there's you always need a first, and I believe you guys are going to be a first. But you think some of the things that you heard that Spin Green has done or might be beneficial to your school
I
in
think
Harlem?
so.
What
Yes.
school is that, by the way?
I'm at PSMS 123 on West 140th Street in Frederick Douglass Boulevard. And I think our students are so energetic, and they're just filled with so much enthusiasm. I think, and I know that they can get very interested, especially in recycling of clothing, because we talk about clothes all the time. And there's always kids leaving their hoodies around, and sneakers around and things like that, and nobody ever claims anything. So could you imagine taking all of this clothing and recycling it and using it for something that could be useful to them at home?
Absolutely. And also not only just recycle, but knowing that somebody else who needs the clothes, because it's not always it's not garbage all the time. And when I mean clothes isn't garbage anyway, but I'm saying there are a lot of people that I believe one of the things in your business model is that the stuff that's wearable you actually donate.
Yes, we work with over 20 different charities, and they benefit from the clothes that we collect. So what happens is we pick up the clothes from different points and locations where we have our donation bins.
You sort them?
We bring them to our facility, thank you. We sort them. The stuff that's in wearable condition gets offered to our charity partners, and the stuff that's torn, ripped, badly stained, basically unwearable and unsalvageable, and is not wanted by anybody because it's impossible to reuse again. Those are the things that get turned into new products, such as organic house and roofing insulation. And I think the kids are very shocked to hear that a hoodie or a t-shirt that they think is a rag or they wouldn't wear because it has holes or it's stained can now be turned into a completely new product, and as a result of just instead of them throwing it in the garbage, as a result of their effort putting it in a different bin. And it also gives the kids an ability to feel like they could do something to change the world. And it sounds like a very, big and grand idea, but it's true, because usually schools do cookie drives and candy drives to raise money for whatever it is that they're doing. And I believe that promotes diabetes and obesity, and it doesn't really do anything good, because if the parents don't want to buy the candy or don't believe that the kids should be eating sugar, then the
or
kid
don't have money.
Right, or don't have money, then the kid has to go back to school and feel bad and possibly get bullied and just feel uncomfortable that he's not making a contribution. Where here we teach them that just donate something that you were going to throw out in the garbage and you can make a difference. And now that same kid feels like, you know what, like I could actually do something useful with stuff that I thought isn't, benefiting anybody.
I mean, do you think the DOE has a similar type of passion? I mean, do you think it's something that we could apply to your school?
I'm right here. I'm a part of the DOE, and I'm just as
Well,
passionate.
you're right. I'm
Thank you.
sorry about that.
We are. We're totally as passionate as charter schools. And we have more money. So
This
I
is
mean,
true.
that's a no-brainer. Yes. You earlier, I think I'm going to go back a little bit when you said the kids were enlightened by just knowing that what they were bringing in, what they thought would be garbage, and so were the adults. Because I remember in the YMCA, I think we first met through the
Yes.
YMCA program,
Through
and I
Stephanie.
was right, and I was shocked that ripped sneakers made my car seatbelt. Not happy, just shocked beyond repair, and I'm one of the grown-ups, you know. So we didn't know. So we learned while you were educating the kids. Yeah, Stephanie and all the other Y staff. So
This is
definitely.
like the main reason like why I got into this business and into this industry, because I think that there's a huge lack of knowledge, and you're an educator, you're a very smart, you know, person, and the fact that you didn't know that is it just shows that if somebody as smart as yourself wouldn't know that, how would a fifth grader know this? How would their parents know that? So I think it just gives an amazing opportunity just for people to learn things and to use it in their own lives.
Well, unfortunately, folks, it's time to say goodbye. I know it's been short but quick, and I want to thank my lovely guests for being here and talking about the things that they love, the things that we're passionate about. I want to thank Polina, Marcia, Carol for talking about environment, sustainability in schools. And I want to thank you folks, and I want to remind you to stay green with Spin Green. Take care, and God bless.